Welcome, everyone. Welcome, RJ.
Yo guys, what's up?
Hey, guys, if you're just jumping in, hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. And make sure you smash that heart button so the rest of the group knows that this is going on. I want to welcome RJ back, and we're going to have a conversation. I know a lot of you guys are new. You don't know who RJ is. So we're going to get into his backstory. RJ has made over $20,000 from his Chrome extension. He's working on another one, and he has a book coming out. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. And his story is pretty incredible. So without further ado, if you guys have questions about Chrome extensions as well, RJ breaks through the myth of, hey, I don't have enough resources. He breaks through that myth. Hey, there are so many excuses RJ could have made and not come into and commit with ChromeBoss. But he decided to say yes to it. So let's go and dive into your story, RJ. So let me know. Welcome to my show again. And for those of my audience who don't know who you are, give us a little bit of a backstory on how did you stumble upon this crazy internet world, and also how did you find out about Chrome extensions as well?
Yeah, so again, Kim, like I'm super excited, to be on your platform out there for the third time. Probably second time it was like kind of virtual, but yeah, like I'm super excited. And yeah, so like I'm born and raised in Saudi Arabia. If people don't know about me, I'm born and raised in Saudi Arabia, lived like 18 years, of my life, and I'm 21 right now. So 18 years of my life I lived in Saudi Arabia. People in the Middle East love their 9 to 5 job. They love how they spend their time and job and everything out there. They love that thing about it. So I was young. I was teaching tuition with my mother out there. I was making around like $100 a month, which was good for me because I was young. I'm still younger, but still. So I was like spending money on different things out there, like games, mobile, and these type of like sort of liabilities out there. So I didn't knew about like how to spend the money because I was at a younger age and I didn't have that sort of exposure. So like in mid 2017, we came to Pakistan. It truly shifted everything. Different people, different mindset. Like I was like feeling like I landed into Mars, because truly different environment, like absolutely different.
Mm-hmm.
So that 1 year out there I was like doing second year of my college, and then after I ended my college out there I didn't got the admission in the university.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're from the Asian families out there, you better relate that if you don't get yourself admission, you get taunted and these type of things start to happen with you. I'm like, ah, this is crazy, and the reason was I didn't got myself enough marks, and that's the only reason about it. So I had 6 months of spare out there. At that time I saw an ad of Shopify on Facebook, and I'm like, okay, I have a little bit of an idea what like Shopify is. So at that time it got me a lot more like intrigued, like, okay, let me search about it, let me see what it's all about. Because I think like beginners find e-commerce more easier than any other business model. They find it so easy. I don't know why. It's not easy at all, guys. If you think about it, it's not. So
Wait, let me
I
stop
said,
there. So I'm gonna ask the audience, hey guys, if you feel like, who here has ever tried and looked into Shopify or e-commerce to say, okay, if I'm gonna sell something, I can sell physical products, and they make it
yeah,
sound so easy where I could just go and get some items from Alibaba or something, or some place, and post it
yeah.
on my Shopify store, and all of a sudden I'm gonna have a lot of clients. Let me know if that's you, if you're like, hey, I thought the e-commerce was the way to go as well. But go ahead, RJ. So you saw an ad, and what happened?
Yeah, so to get like a little bit more interested on Shopify, I saw like few videos from like Sebastian Gomez, and I'm like, okay, this is my thing. I'm gonna do it. I'm so excited. And I started my Shopify trial, working on my store, thinking about I'm gonna make so much money because that's what gurus does. They portray you're gonna make a lot of money. So, but then I thought about, okay, I don't have any sort of payment gateway. I don't have PayPal. We don't have PayPal in Pakistan. We don't have Stripe. We don't have any payment gateway. And I'm like, I'm stuck again. Like, what the hell? What's happening? Then, again, there was another video by Sebastian Gomez out there where he was talking about how to create Stripe for non US citizens. So like you need to form LLC in Delaware or Wyoming, get EIN number. I spent like almost 1 to 2 months to get EIN number on my own, since I didn't have the money for like paying for $50 or $100 for someone to do it for me, because that's a lot of money. Like a dollar is like almost like 157, 158 rupees as of now, which is a lot of money. And I am a part-time student and a full-time entrepreneur right now, and I'm so proud of it right now. But at that moment I was like, I can't afford about that. The only thing I have is my savings. It's like $126 in my bank account. That's the only thing. A quick
Yeah.
tip for the young people: never take money from your parents. I don't suggest. It's super risky. Okay, your business is gonna start, gonna end. Some people gonna disagree, but that's my experience. Don't do it. So
Mm.
I found my LLC, got my Stripe. It was Black Friday 2018. I launched my store. I'm like, I'm gonna make 6 figures a week. People are making 7 figures. I'm gonna do it. But wrong product, wrong targeting, wrong offer. Everything was wrong, and I'm like, I'm not making the money. What's not happening? I spent like $20. That's like around 3,000 rupees. Why it's not happening? So like for that 3 months, 3 to 4 months, I'm just struggling. I'm not making any sales. Sometimes I'm test little bit money because I didn't have patience. I don't know how to do it. It requires a lot of patience, a lot of testing, a lot of things out there. It's not that easy. So nothing worked for me, and I'm just selling to my friends, relatives, but that's not a sale. That's not an online income. Online income is something if you're selling to someone who's completely unknown in the initial start. That's what a sale is. It's not going to be like that. We don't consider that thing. So I started like I saw like an Instagram post where it was talking about like funnels, that this guy have made like $3 million in 90 minutes. His name is Russell Brunson, like founder of ClickFunnels. I'm like, okay, this is something that I can relate with funnels, since marketers was talking about a lot about funnels itself. So I started my trial in January 2019. I signed up under Paul Motley, and he was the awesome guy. I was got in a call with him for the very first time, and that was the very first time I got in a call with someone who had native English. So the biggest problem that Asian people mostly have is they have English, but it's working inside. It's working in their brain. They can't speak because they don't have the confidence of it. I didn't have it. Never thought about that it's gonna work like that. So he helped me out, and I started my ClickFunnels trial, and then later on, there's a guy named Nico who was working at retention team at ClickFunnels. He extended my trial for like 2 months.
Oh, wow.
Cool,
Yeah.
because like ClickFunnels is nine, and that was the craziest thing out there. And still to this day, after like 3 years, I'm still connected with him. I still talk, and everything is crazy. ClickFunnels is $97 per month. That's around 15,500, 700 rupees. That's the fees that I pay in my hostel. That's the whole expense of my month.
Yeah.
So that is the cost of ClickFunnels.
I want to take a pause right there and to acknowledge that, like, RJ had, like, he didn't have like a few $100s to his name, and
Yeah.
he became very resourceful. Like one ClickFunnels, like 1 month of ClickFunnels for him is like a rent. It's
Yeah.
basically rent. So for him to say, let me reach out to people, let me figure out, hey, can I be resourceful to in order to get what I want? Can I talk to people? Can I figure it out? And that's the type of person RJ is. Instead of going, you know what, $97 too much, I cannot do it, it stops me there. He's like, well, what can I do? And ClickFunnels gave him 2 months, which is like 2 months rent.
Yeah, that's a lot of thing. That's a lot of things out there. I would suggest everyone out there, when you're starting out, don't have yourself as a victim mentality. Don't be like that. Don't be like, I can do that. And I told that every single time whenever I land on an interview, especially with Kim. You can't create $1 million with a million rupees mindset, or like a dollar mindset. You can't do it. It's not possible. You really need to move forward. So like for me personally out there, I got 2 months, and even on that 2 months, my intention was to make money as an affiliate marketer with ClickFunnels. So I was watching other people getting orange bars, and I'm like, these people are getting it. Like, is this even real? Is this even real? Like, these people are getting these orange bar, and I'm not getting it. It's like totally empty. Like, is this even real? My trial got ended, like, unfortunately, but I had a trust of that person, and Paul and other people out there. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna cancel my account. I'm gonna pause it for now. When I'm gonna afford it, I'm gonna go in and renew it. I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna cancel it. So on March 9th, there was a guy who needed a Facebook ad scores. So I had a sort of a bonus out there, and I'm like, hey man, I'm your guy. Let's talk about it. Let's do it. I got in a call with him. I was in a hostel, and my roommates was like, Ahmed, you're talking a lot, like it is exam, because that's their room as well, they're like cooperating with them, and I'm like riding on top of their head, like, what the hell is happening? So, but that day I made my first one funnel away challenge sale. I sold them one funnel away challenge, made my first $100 out there, and I'm like, oh my god, I made my first $100 in a day. That's what like overall expend in a month. That's my monthly expenses out there, and I'm like, whoa, I made the $100. If I can do $100 in a day, I can make $200. I can make $500, even $1,000. That was a point which is sort of a broken belief for me. I'm like, I can do it. It works. So fast forward for that, like it started to get motivated. Like once you make even your first dollar online, it makes you motivated. You're gonna feel like you can make it work, regardless whatever it's gonna happen. So
Yeah.
in the exact same month, I made $300, which is around 50,000 rupees, which is a good salary for for a person in Pakistan. It's just a good salary. I'm like, okay, now I am thinking about what I need to do. Let's get back to ClickFunnels. Let's start to work on those stuff out there. So on July, I made my first $1,000, and like now I started to realize what value is. Value is something either you're giving your time, resources, money, your attention to another person. It could be anything that you're giving to another person out there. That's what value is. People get confused what value is. So 3 months I made my first $1,000. Like almost it took me like 6 to 7 months after that to make my first five figures, and then I shifted into like Chrome extension and everything out there. That's how things went crazy for me.
Yeah, and and I want to say hey to George Wilson. George got
Hey
into
Joe,
ChromeBoss Elite. Same thing with Callan. Same thing with
welcome.
Lisa. Welcome, welcome guys to ChromeBoss. Those of you who are already jumping into ChromeBoss Elite, you're gonna see RJ in there. And so let's just quickly recap. So RJ figured out that he can make $100 for a day, and that's huge
Yeah.
for him. That's like almost a month's rent for him, that he can make in one day. And if he can do that, then what are the potentials? What's the possibility? So let me know why you just didn't stay into the affiliate marketing world. What made you jump into owning your own software and your own Chrome extensions? Why did you make that switch? You could have just continued making money in the affiliate space, right? Could have just
Yeah.
continued that.
So here's the thing. I still do affiliate marketing. That's the very first thing. But if you heard any person out there have multiple streams of income out there, have multiple source of income. I really want to have multiple source of income. Affiliate marketing is one of the top things I do after my software. So like it goes side by side because I really love to do. It was a time when I was watching Zaki. He was doing like comment funnels launch, and I'm like, Zaki is absolutely everywhere. Like he's like talking about with these big names, getting on their show, talking about his software. It got me a little bit more intrigued about that. The funny thing, if guys don't know about that, I didn't even knew that Kim is the founder of GroupConvert. I was using GroupConvert. I found my group, and I'm like, I don't know about Kim. Later on, I got to know about like Kim owns GroupConvert. I'm like, okay, that sounds crazy. But I saw Zaki, I saw other marketers, getting their Chrome extension. I'm like, is it that hard? Is it that hard to get extension out there? Everyone have that sort of mindset that getting a Chrome extension is hard. Depends upon complexity. You can get cheaper extension. You can awesome complex extensions as well. You can do it. But I had the mentality. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be super hard. Until there was a time of Black Friday again. Like Black Friday is super lucky for me. Every single time. I started to work on that. I get my offers on that. There was a Kim's offer that was on the ChromeBoss, and I again remember the day that I wasn't. There was sort of a good offer that she provided, but I wasn't
Yes.
able to pay in full because my
Yes.
bank and my card don't allow me to do it. And I'm like, Kim, like, could you send me like invoices in half? I want to do it that way because my bank don't allow me to do it. And
Mm.
I was in my hostel again, and I was in my hostel. I paid for the ChromeBoss itself, and I jumped on ChromeBoss. It was again in Black Friday in
Mhm.
2019. Yeah, as far as I remember. Yeah, 20. It was 2019. Absolutely.
Yes.
So I got on ChromeBoss, and I told my hostel mates, my roommates, that I jumped on ChromeBoss. It was this much, almost the cost of my semester fees that I paid on my own. And the thing was, my roommates, like, why you paid that much? You are not supposed to pay that much as well. It's not gonna worth it. I'm like, monkeys don't know about money. They know about banana. That's the only thing they know. The fact, there are facting out there. They don't know about the money, the importance of it. I'm like, okay, let me do it on my own. The main thing about that aspect, I always say to every other person out there who jumps on ChromeBoss, I'm super excited for you guys who jumped on right now as well. I want to meet you guys in the call itself as well. But the main thing was, I was familiar with the marketing sort of side, but the thing that got me, as a sort of false belief, was the tech side. How to find developers, how to negotiate with developers. I don't know about anything. I watched ChromeBoss, and I got to know about like tech terms, and I'm like pretending to be smart. If even I'm not, talking with developers, I'm like, I need this, I need this, I need this. I'm pretending, but I know what I need to talk about. At least finding a developer, starting on the project, make sure what I need to maintain in order to see everything works. What if things goes wrong? These are all of the tech things, and the only reason no one forms softwares and these type of things is because they don't know about the tech stuff. You
Mhm.
know, and that was a golden thing out there for me. And that's what I needed. That what was the point of my false belief. I'm like, I'm gonna get into it. Jumped on ChromeBoss. Videos, I was like, I don't care whatever the duration of the videos is. I'm gonna spend my time. I'm gonna make it happen. I spend my own hard-earned money out there. I'm gonna make it happen now. So I'm like watching the videos, like implementing, like finding developers, negotiating with the developers out there. Started to make that thing. It was exciting. It was kind of a thing out there which I'm making myself pressurized. If you're trying to make anything work out, and if you're not under pressure, it's harder for you to make it happen because you don't have deadline, you don't have anything to prove then. If you don't have anything to prove even to yourself, it's like harder for you to make it happen. So that's how I get into ChromeBoss, and that's how things transition for me later on.
Yeah, and I want to speak on that. Like RJ could have, like his roommates. His roommates are like, "What are you doing? Are you crazy?" Because he essentially bought a program that is his whole semester's cost from someone that is across the world teaching this very specific thing about a plugin to a
Yeah,
browser. It's
yeah,
very like kind of mind blowing for RJ to say, "Yeah, I trust in that." But what the reason why he trusts in it is because he's like, I'm not gonna know all of the tech things. I don't know what I don't know, and
yeah,
for him, he places the trust in. Oh, I do see other people succeeding from Kim's and all this stuff. So you know what? I'm going to take a leap of faith and I'm going to do it. And not only did he take a leap of faith, he didn't let it sit on the shelf. He actually consumed the videos. He put himself through the program, and that makes me see RJ as like, no matter what's in front of him, he's gonna get resourceful and he's gonna go through the obstacle. He's not gonna let it stand in his way. And that type of like for me as you becoming who, it's this journey of who do you get to become when you entered this world. It is not just a little tiny Chrome extension. You figure out how to negotiate, you figure out how to outsource and talk and hire people, you become a boss,
yeah.
and then you expand your world even further. And we're going to talk about that as well in just a bit. But Rick Grundon says that's funny about using her product and not knowing it's her.
It
That's
is.
the crazy thing. People
It,
will use right your product and they
yeah,
won't know that you made it, and then they will figure it out it's you and they trust you even more. They're like, oh man, if you made that and it works, then what else do you have? So that's also something I want to speak about a little bit later. But yeah, you don't have to be the face. That's the crazy thing with Chrome extensions. You don't have to sell with your own face. And here's another feedback that I got. I don't have to keep on selling something that sells something in order
yeah,
for to make money. It's like actual value. It's actually trading the transition of the income for something that they can use over and over again. So that's also a feedback that I've gotten from you guys. But anyways, go ahead, RJ, so now you got in, you went through the videos. And guys, if you're enjoying this interview, make sure you smash that heart button and let me know what is that number one thing holding you back? Like, what is holding you back? Because RJ didn't let a whole semester's payment hold him back. RJ didn't let the fact that he knows nothing about coding or that Chrome extension world hold him back, or the fact that I have a program and I'm just a person on the internet that's all the way across the world from him hold him back. So let me know what it is that's holding you back in the comments. But continue, RJ. What happened after that?
Yeah, so like during the when I launched, so my software is FriendFunnels, okay, and when I worked on that software out there, and then I was working on it, I was like working my way in with the people. There's a lot of things you learn overall throughout the process. I say everyone one thing out there, like once you've learned one thing from one place, it becomes easy to implement it the next time. You know, anything that you're gonna go. And I read it, like I read something out there on like few days back that you're never gonna move forward if you don't invest in yourself. You're never gonna move forward out there. How you're gonna move forward is when you invest in yourself. It could be anything that you really want to learn and make it happen. So, and that was a fact out there for me. Like when I launched Friend Funnels, it was last year in March 9th, because that was the day when I got my first sale. So I wanted to make it like a good day, something like that. I launched my software. It went pretty good for me because the reason was it went good. A lot of people got to know about that. Some people out there, I jumped on a call later on because I also provide different sort of services as well, apart from affiliate marketing and my software. I remember there was a guy I got in a call and he was like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "I'm an affiliate marketer. I have a software called Friend Funnels." And he was like, "Oh, you own that software, Friend Funnels? I know about it. Let's talk, and then let's talk ahead." So here's the thing: what happened over here? He knew about my software. That's the exact same thing what happened with Kim. He knew about my software. He don't knew that I own that software. Now he got to know about it. Now I have the exposure. I have the authority. Okay, and that was a huge part. I closed that person for funnel building. It was other thing, but softwares, your products creates your exposure. If you have a software out there, it's gonna create your recurring income. You can utilize it any way you want. I remember there was a time I was working on my partners program of my software, and I was working with one of my friends. We did a 10-minute webinar, and like 250 people came on, and we didn't build on our we didn't build on our partners program yet. 250 people came for getting into the partners program because there was a partner who bought the software. He provided access to his people. I'm like, man, could you stop your people out there? They're reaching out to our support team. They're like, it's a good problem to have, get so many people, but could you stop a little bit? We're working on this stuff. A lot of things happens. Exposure, you start to create a connection out there. There's a lot of people out there who got to know about me because of my software. Probably it wouldn't happen if I didn't have my software out there, because some people get to know about you on a different sort of aspect. How you position at that particular moment of you. So that was the thing out there for me, and it literally changed everything how I done. And it's crazy, absolutely.
Yeah, and if so, something I want to mention that RJ said was he jumped on a call and their eyes lit up and they looked at you differently when you said that you do affiliate marketing. So if you show up to a call and you're like, "I do affiliate marketing," a lot of times they're not going to be like, "Okay, that's amazing."
Yeah.
They're going to say, "Oh, you're another affiliate marketer," or like, like another agency person, oh, another Shopify person, or another. But it's really, really different when you say, "I own software. I am the CEO of my own software company, and this is the software I own," because it makes the way they look at you just change, especially if they've already been using your software.
Yeah.
And it creates this effect of buyers just marching towards you into your world. It's what I've seen. Like all these subscribers, whether they got it free from or someone else sold your friend funnels through your partnership program, or it's like a direct customer, does not matter. Those people are your users, your consumers, and eventually they make it back to you. And then so for you, you were able to go and sell him on another package. So the thing that you told me, the thing that you said that I want to really highlight is you can use it whatever way you want. That's very important. And that it's not boxed into you either sell it or you don't. You could use it a way, you could use it as bonus, you could use it as a partnership, you could use it as perception-wise, a lot of value all of a sudden. You could use it, I don't know, I was thinking like you could just anywhere and everywhere you could use it. So no matter what niche you're in, guys, if you're watching right now, let me know what niche or niche you're in. And how would you going, I'm the CEO of my own software company, change the way the people look at you? You're not just another X, right?
Yeah.
So you said that it really changed how things became for you. Let me know some of the changes that opened up for you when you did this. So number one is you got more projects.
Exposure. Yeah. More project, more exposure. I want to talk about one more thing which was crazy, and that was the thing out there. When I launched my software, I started to shift on the Dream 100 a lot. I started to shift on the thing, and there was a time in last year when I was supposed to launch my software. It was in Traffic Secrets launch when everyone was promoting Traffic Secrets like crazy because like Russell Brunson was promoting it like crazy. Everyone was doing that. So there was a time when like Steve Larson was doing like the statuses, like he was building the offer and everything out there. Somehow I managed to get into inbox of Steve Larson. I'm like, hey man, I admire you a lot. So many things out there. I would love if anyone buys Traffic Secrets from you, I'm gonna provide my software. I didn't thought about he's gonna say yes, and at one point he didn't. But the thing that what I said, what I saw after 10 minutes, I went on his story, I saw his Instagram. He had like my software opened up on his on his laptop. I'm like, I think that's something similar. I know about it, but I'm like, oh my god, that's crazy. Like Steve Larson had my software open up on his tab, which gave me an open window. Literally. And let me tell you the crazy experience out there. After that, after like Steve Larson launched his podcast, I talked about my software and my thing out there that, hey, I'm launching. I want to sustain my launch and how should I do it? He did the whole podcast about that episode, about that particular thing in his like podcast. It was crazy. I created that connection with Steve Larson out there. And I'm like, this is crazy out there. You don't believe it, if you don't do it. So yeah, that's crazy thing happened for me as well with that particular aspect, because like a lot of people out there just don't understand there's just three aspects. One is like you trying to break even what you're spending for your expenses of your software. That's the first thing. You break even. Like that's what my intention was. It was, if I don't make money from the software and my pre-launch, I'm gonna sell it as I'm gonna give it away as a lead magnet. That's the other option. So I was like, okay, first option is break even. If you break even, that's awesome. Now you own a software for free. It's gonna be minor expenses. Your expenses are mostly not gonna be more than your profit after you already launched it, already break even it. It's not gonna happen. Every time you're gonna end up in being profit out there. It's gonna happen.
Mhm.
When you're in profit, it's fine. You can have either you want to scale it, you can scale it if you want to. If you don't sustain it, work on the other software, because software is like, there's one of my friend out there who said like software is like a digital real estate. You
Mhm.
work on, make passive income out there. That's what you can do. It's completely okay to do it. So that was one of the most major things that happened for me as well.
Yeah. And the currency difference too.
Yeah,
The fact
it's
that
huge.
it's insane currency difference for you. And it makes me feel like this is something literally anyone in the world can pick up, even if there's a language difference, right? Because English is not your first
Yeah,
language, neither is
it's
it
not the first
mine.
language. Yeah.
um, English can be your second language. You can figure it out. And it's a solution that sits online 24/7 and can be delivered all across the world. So if you are from a place where the currency difference is really crazy, it is only more beneficial to you. I know the investment
Yeah.
might be a little stretch.
Yeah.
Investment will be a stretch, but the thing coming back is going to be, you're not going to complain about it. You're going to say, okay, this is great.
Yeah, it is huge. I remember last time someone commented out there that RJ is probably gonna be like Pakistani Jeff Bezos, something like that. I remember about that someone commented, and it's a fact. You know, if you're spending a little bit more, you're making a ton more because of the currency difference out there. Probably the people who are making in USD are not gonna make that much or gonna leverage that much. You know, it depends
Yeah,
on where you are like belonging right now. For me,
yeah,
it's like if I'm making like, let's say 2 grand, it's a huge freaking income out there that I can make. If I'm making like 5 figures, that's like next level. That's like being the king of your city or whatever it is. It's crazy.
yeah, yeah. And so let's talk about, like, let's say that someone goes into this world and they don't get into ChromeBoss. They're just trying it out on their own. What are the pitfalls they could get into? And also, what do you think they're missing out on? As in, they don't know what they don't know. Like, if, let's say, you talk to the RJ now and you don't have the support, you don't know what you know, what are the things that, like, you would stumble upon and get into this spiral if you say no to ChromeBoss and you're just like trying it on your own and that's all? So let's talk about pitfalls that can
Yeah,
happen.
I think I would list down 3 things
Mhm.
because the first thing I would list down is the community because Chromebooks have an awesome community out there in Chromebooks itself. All the people are helpful. They love to talk about and love to help other people out there as well. You know, not only that, that's the very first thing. You know, if you're trying to do everything out there on your own, it's typically going to be harder for you to figure out every single thing. It's harder. You know, you need a support. And if you get like so many people out there to support you, to push you forward, to motivate you, not to criticize you, that's the type of a community you need. You're gonna miss out the community. That's the first thing. The second thing is, regardless on whatever the stage you are, if you're a tech guy, you probably know about the tech. It's awesome. Then you are getting stuck on marketing. A developer mostly I saw is not a marketer. They get stuck on marketing end. Then you need both of those things out there to make your Chrome extension work, or any of the thing out there that you have. So if you're a tech person out there, you need to learn marketing aspect. Then again, you need a ChromeBoss. That's the second thing. The third thing that comes up right away is, having the ability of network with other people who have the Chrome extensions. And let me tell other people like why it's important to do it and how you can leverage it. See, other people have like their software partners program. What I can literally do is I can really go in and swap the partners program with them without even like paying anything. It can happen if you really have a good connection. I have a lot of people out there that I've swapped my partners program with them, selling their softwares as well. They're selling my software, Kim's software, like selling like other partners. Kim is selling other partners software as a bonus, or everything. Like, you can do anything that you really want, and that's how everything works out for you. And if you don't have these things, it's typically going to be harder for you since you don't have the community. You don't know what is the next step for you if things goes wrong. Many times things goes wrong for the people out there. It's a part of the nature. It happens. People are there to support them, how they can make that thing work better. If you don't have these type of like smart people out there with you, it's going to be like a little bit harder for you to proceed with anything. So yeah, that's what my take is.
Yeah, one of the things you mentioned was swap partnership. So if
Yeah.
you weren't part of the community, you wouldn't even know that this is a thing, like that
Yeah.
you can do that. That you can now have more than just your Chrome extension. You can have multiple extensions, and you don't need to like pay a whole fortune to be able to like know how to provide to your people on more than just one idea, one thing, because the community allows you to go and say, yeah, let's I know you, RJ. I see you in my group coaching calls.
Yeah.
I see you in the same group, and we show up we see each other live too, through Zoom, of course. So yeah, I know who you are. Yeah, I know your stuff. Let's go. Let's do this. And that opens up even more doors for you as well. So awesome. Yeah, I love that you could just think you're like, yes, these are the three things off the
Yeah.
top of my head, Kim, right away. And especially the community, I love that I fostered this community of people who like help each other, will jump on a call with each other. And that is something that, doesn't just come up overnight. It's from years of cultivating, like, okay, let's do this. We're all in the same path, and we all are here to be able to stand out among the crowd, be able to have passive income coming in every single month, and be able to really make a dent in your universe. Like, you have so many subscribers probably tell you, oh my gosh, thank you, RJ, for bringing this into the world. But because you brought it out, I'm able to connect with more people. I'm able to do this. And little did they know that you're a 21-year-old adult in Pakistan, right?
Yeah.
And most people who are, because I do go and I actually hire on Upwork, and I have met other people in Pakistan. They're not entrepreneurs. A lot of them are coders, or they just like, work and do that thing, but they're definitely not you, who are an author, right? You're a podcast. You interview all these big names now. You're getting known for your own Dream 100 style as well. So it's really exploded. You really exploded your world. And if you didn't venture into having your own thing that you can call your 100% your own, how different would it have been for you? What kind of road would it have been if all you did was, I guess, affiliate marketing, or the pathways of your life really split up to so many options, is how I see you describe it, which is amazing.
It is.
Yeah, I'm just so proud, RJ. You just, like, your path and what you've been doing over the past year, all the changes and all the success that have been coming to you. And by the way, $20,000 is a big deal for even people in the US, I'm going to say. It's not like a little tiny chump change for...
It's 3 million rupees out there, guys. Like 3 million rupees.
You're giving us an ASMR moment right there. It's 3 million rupees. So RJ is essentially like, he's created over 3 million rupees in his currency. So, and let's say 10 years down the line, RJ, who are you? You're just this crazy millionaire, just living the life over there in Pakistan and having multiple streams of income coming in. Do you see your future as having to worry about like how to make money again? Do you feel like you have the power to now go out there and really do well financially, abundantly, so that you can pursue the things that you love? You don't have to... If you want to write a book, you go write your book. If you want to go to Funnel Hacking Live, maybe you're going to Funnel Hacking Live. How has the future changed for you in the short 2 years that you stumbled upon this world, or last year as well? Like, what do you envision yourself now, and how has that changed from the past to now? Like, what were your dreams before, and now what are your dreams after?
I think there's a lot of things out there that changed personally, because into entrepreneurship, but like I find myself do so many things out there which can be done like in 3 years period of time. 3 years is not a long time period out there, it's a short time period. But getting so many things out there is huge. Like, I never thought about I'm going to be on the camera. I am right now. I never thought about that I'll be confident in like doing public speaking. I've done public speaking in front of like 150 people out there. It was crazy, and those were students, that can have mixed reactions, positive and negative. And it was like one of the best sort of seminar that been done in the university. Staff said that, it was crazy. Never thought about that it's gonna happen. Never thought about I'm gonna be on the camera. Never thought about that I'm gonna create sort of a leadership sort of thing out there for me, where I'm gonna have my people out there, my fan base, my people who's gonna follow me out there through the journey. Never thought about that it's gonna be possible. So at one point when I think about that thing out there and think about the past, when I started, I was like desperate of making money. I'm making good amount of money right now that I can spend a good amount of money what I want to do. I don't have to think about anything. I want to make more but I want to be thankful and I want to acknowledge myself what I've done, like the people, the mentors like Kim and other people out there who helped out through through my journey. I want to acknowledge that thing, and I've done that last time as well. And that's huge for me because there was a time when I never thought about I'm gonna make an income online, which is huge. And I saw many people out there when I done the seminar in the university. Most of them was like in their 7, 8 semester, so they were about to pass out from the university. They know that after passing out, getting the degree, they're not gonna get the job. They're on that state, and I'm like, I am in my third semester at that time. I'm in my fifth right now, struggling to pass out. I was in my third semester and I'm like, guys, I can feel you guys out there. I know you struggle, what you're facing, what you really want to do. I know that there's like 60-70% unemployment in Pakistan. That's huge. Unemployment is like huge thing in
Wow.
all around the world as well. It's
Oh my God.
typically a pick out there. It's crazy. People are not able to find a job. What they find the job is crazy. It's like $100, $200 for their monthly income out there. That's what they make, which is again a crazy number out there. When I see other people out there, now I'm trying to motivate all of those people. I find myself lucky. I don't want to be like ungrateful person. I'm like, I haven't made anything. I have made so many things. I have made connections. I have met so many mentors out there. I've built an audience. I've interviewed like so many, 7, 8, and even 9-figure entrepreneur that I never freaking in my life gonna think about, that I will be able to do it. Never. No one is gonna believe me, like in general out there in Pakistan, that I've been able to do it. But it is a fact. I have done that, and I've done that like multiple times now. So, and that's crazy thing out there. That was the thing that I acknowledged for the past. For the future, I'm still on my way to make my first six-figure year sort of thing. I want to make six figures in a year. I want to make it six-figure year out there. That's the first thing that I'm thinking about. That's what my main goal is. The first goal. The second main goal right now I have is to get Russell Brunson on my show. That's the second main goal. I want to get Russell Brunson. I've got like almost every single person that is connected to Russell. I got like Steve. I got Myron Golden. I've got like Blake Newbar, Spencer. I got Kim. You know, I've got like Akbar Sheikh. I got like every single person mostly that is connected with Russell. I want to get him on the show. That's my second goal. My third goal is, to get the dream car as an affiliate marketer. I want to get that stating on the funnel hacking live. I want to be that person out there, and I want to be the very first person from Pakistan, who's living in Pakistan and being Pakistani out there who get 2CC award. No one in the Pakistan being in the Pakistan have won like 2 Comma Club award. And like the last thing that I want to say is I want to launch like multiple Chrome extensions. I'm on my way to launch my second one right now, but I want to make more passive income, more streams that once I launch it, people are coming in and uh, my developers are gonna maintain it, not you know, and then I make more money. So that's also part of the goal is what I really want to do right now.
Yeah. Big goals and achievable goals. I'm
Realistic
very
goals.
realistic goals. And guys, like RJ from Pakistan, 21 years old, has made over 3 million rupees from his extension. And his future is so bright because this enabled so many doors for him to open up, and it's him forging this way, saying there's like he could just give in to the excuses, or because at his age, surrounded by people who are like, are you nuts, are you crazy, like
Yeah.
people don't do this your age. He's like, no, I'm just gonna go and do it. And that's the kind of approach that breeds success. And so now his goal is to earn 2 Comma Club award, which is over $1 million US, and getting the Dream Car Award for affiliate marketing, talking to Russell Brunson. He's spoken to so many people around Russell.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, I want to interview Russell. And And if he were to tell his friends or his peers like what he's done so far, if they don't know who, they're not super close and know who he is, they would think that he's crazy. But what we're doing, I want to remind you guys, is we're doing the things most people don't do. So we get to live the life most people won't get to live. The things we do are very much unnatural. This is not normal. And by stepping into this life where you're like, whatever I want, I can get there, it's not too insane, it's not out of reach, I can touch it, is really what this journey is about. And it starts with a little tiny teeny Chrome extension, and it starts with you saying yes to yourself. So I love your story, RJ. I love that every single time I interview you, you're like making more and more every time. So possibly the next time we reconnect, it's like, oh, Kim, I'm on my second Chrome extension and I've made like $50,000 and I'm on this way. And you have a book coming out as well. And can you tell us a little bit about what your book will be about, and like around approximate time you might be publishing your book? Tell us a little bit about your very next step that you're doing.
Yeah, crazy enough, I started like interacting with so many awesome marketers out there, like by interviewing them, learning from them, creating exposure and so many things. Like a few months back, like Daniel Derrick launched his new book. It was called like 1 Week Author, like how to launch, publish, and everything, like get your book up and running within 7 days. And I read that book. I'm like, okay, I could have something out there which I can really go in and leverage to launch my book. Could be anything. I'm like, okay, I have done like over 40 interviews. It's like 49th I have done like last week. 49 consistent interviews, 49 weeks, crazy time. But yeah, like I've done like 40 interviews at that time. I'm like, okay, I have done 40 interviews. What if I took out my takeaways of those interviews, the people who spoke about like these crazy things, which is like golden nuggets. Every interview is a golden nugget out there. Why don't I pick out like top 30 interviews, take their takeaways, what they've said, like top things that they've said, put it into the book as individual chapters and publish it. I don't need a publisher. Dana talks about we don't need a publisher. We don't need a ghostwriter. We don't need any other person out there to get our book into online, into the hands of other people. I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it either ways. So I thought about that. I started to work on it. I'm working on the phase of proofreading right now. I have all of my chapters done. But the crazy thing right now was I was thinking about, okay, my book is done. What should be the name? The first name I thought about is gonna be the Dream 100 Takeaways. It wasn't that cool because I really don't want to like revolve everything around the Dream 100. A book, like it should be different. Everything should be a different entity. It shouldn't be like everything shouldn't be the same. So I'm like, now I need to think something. So I was talking with one of my friends. He's like 3-time 2CCX award winner. Crazy, 3-time 2CCX award winner. I'm like, I'm thinking about this name, and he was like, dude, sorry, it's gonna feel you bad, but that name sucks. Apologies, that name sucks. So he gave me an idea about what if you choose the name called Decades in 2 days, like decades in 2 days, you're shrinking the knowledge of decades in 2 days. I'm like, that's an awesome name, and I was like searching about other names out there, but that is the only name that stick to me at that moment. I'm like, oh my God, that's a crazy name out there. So I searched for the domain. The domain was taken. I'm like, the domain was taken from 2004. I'm like, I was drinking milk at the time, It was like, I can really have it. Like I was a kid, that person who is like saving the domain for like 17 years, he must have like thought about something. So I saw a blog by Neil Patel where he was talking about how to use the existing domain or anything like that. So he was talking about you can, like Sabir Subi don't have selllikecrazy.com a domain, but he got a domain called selllikecrazybook.com. I'm like, okay, I can add that book and I can have my domain. So I bought the domain decadesintoday'sbook.com, and that's what I chosen as the name of the domain, name of the book. Now I'm proofreading the book out there. I'm super excited. Probably it's gonna come up within the next like two weeks or 3 weeks or so, but I'm like super excited for it.
All right. Awesome. That's a really awesome name. Decades in Today, right?
Decades in 2 days.
Like 2 days?
No, in 2 days.
Oh, okay, got it. All
Yeah.
right,
It's
decades
mean like you're
in
shrinking the
got
knowledge
it.
of
Yeah,
decades in the days. So
in
that's the
2 days.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. That's a really good name. That's a very clickable name. You're like, hey, you want to do decades in 2 days? How to shrink decades in 2 days. All right, cool. Awesome. RJ, thank you so much for showing up today. If they need to follow you again, I'm gonna link your profile into the top post. If they say, hey, if my people have a few questions about ChromeBoss Elite or anything like that, or your book, or where to follow you, can they go ahead and send you a message on Facebook and connect with you?
Yeah, for sure. Like I would love to connect with you guys out there. I love my people. I love ChromeBoss people out there because they're freaking awesome. If you don't even get it, they are. So like, just reach out to me. Like I'm just one message away. You can reach out to me on Facebook, Instagram, any social media platform you want to, and yeah, we can talk about it. Anything.
All right, cool. Thank you, RJ. All right, so guys, I'm gonna let RJ go. So RJ, I'm going to remove you from here, and then I'm going to just say like a little tiny message after this. So thank you so much, RJ, for showing up again. Pleasure to have you. And guys, go
Bye,
follow
guys.
RJ, get his book, go and talk to him. All right, thank you so much, RJ. I'm gonna
Bye,
remove
bye.
you. Bye. Okay, guys, so just very quickly, we have just today and tomorrow left for the ChromeBoss Elite cart to be open. The price has increased. We increase it every time we launch. And if you are you attended my 5-day training and you have a conversation with us before, then you do lock in on the previous price, which is $3,997 for ChromeBoss Elite. And in order for you to go and get a seat into our next enrollment period, all you need to do is I'm going to share my screen, go to chromebosslive.com/special, and it's going to, you can click get ready to do this, and it's here. There's 1 day left. If you have attended my 5-day training, you can click and schedule a call with me and my team here, and you're locked in on the previous price, which is $3,997. But anyone who has not opened up a conversation or anyone or anything like that, the price has gone to $4,997, or you can do payment plan of $1,597. There is only 1 day left. I would love to have you come into ChromeBoss Elite, come into this world. It's in the community that is really, of course, information is out there. Information is everywhere. It's in the community that really makes a big difference. And you can leverage the people inside. We just help each other and we really support each other. I would love for you to come in and bring your vision to life. So I'm going to remove here and come back in. So just saying, there is only today and tomorrow left. Make sure that you do book your call if you want to make sure that you lock in on the pricing. And I'm so excited to get you inside ChromeBoss Elite. We have already a bunch of you joining us already. And if you have any questions whatsoever about ChromeBoss Elite, feel free to reach out to me, to other Chrome bosses that you have seen get interviewed. And we're going to continue this interview series tomorrow with another Chrome boss, as well as Friday with another Chrome boss. And yeah, just continuing to share with you the stories of these software CEOs. Okay. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining today. Make sure that you go to chromebosslive.com/special to come on in, and we will see you in the next enrollment period. Class starts on the 5th. So class starts next week, the week after this week. And we are all this week from today all the way to Friday, we'll be finishing up the enrollment. Okay. So have a great day and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to be interviewing another ChromeBoss tomorrow. All right, bye. Oh yeah, if you like that video, then you will love all the resources that I have over at kimcdang.com. That is KIMCDANG.com. There you will find all my courses, my extensions, all the offers that I have, as well as a lot of free resources if you are just getting started.